October 16, 1916, Defying the Law. Margaret Sanger, her sister Ethel Byrne, and activist Fania Mindell opened the first birth control clinic in the United States in the Brownsville section of Brooklyn. The address was 46 Amboy Street. The clinic offered information on contraception, short lectures on reproductive anatomy, and advice on use of contraceptive devices, charging a small fee. The opening defied U.S. laws that prohibited distribution of contraceptive information under obscenity statutes. Within days, the clinic garnered large public attention and legal challenges. 9 days after opening, the clinic was raided by police, and Sanger was arrested for distributing birth control literature. The clinic was ultimately forced to close under pressure from law enforcement and landlord eviction. Sanger served a 30-day jail sentence after refusing to pay a fine. The significance of that clinic extends far beyond its brief existence. The Brownsville Clinic marked the first time in U.S. history that a publicly advertised venue existed to provide women with contraceptive knowledge outside private physicians or underground networks. It symbolized a transition from clandestine activism to institutional challenge of legal barriers on reproductive health. The clinic's opening declared that women, especially working-class, immigrant women who had limited access to medical practitioners, had a right to information about fertility control. The publicity around arrests and prosecutions brought national attention to constraining laws under the Comstock Act and analogous state statutes that criminalized dissemination of contraceptive information. The legal pressure on the Brownsville Clinic led to crucial court decisions in New York. During the trial, a legal loophole interpretation emerged. Physicians, though not nurses, could prescribe contraception for prevention or treatment of disease. This medical exception gradually became part of state legal doctrine, allowing licensed doctors to engage in birth control counseling under certain conditions. Over time, that exception became a foundation for institutional birth control clinics staffed by physicians. The Brownsville trial thus pushed the law toward narrower prohibitions around contraception while carving out space for professional medical practice. In the years following the first clinic, Margaret Sanger deepened her institutional efforts. In 1921, she founded the American Birth Control League. In 1923, she established the Birth Control Clinical Research Bureau, a doctor-staffed clinic intended to comply more rigorously with legal constraints. These organizations laid groundwork for later consolidation into the Planned Parenthood Federation of America. The original clinic is thus a key origin point in the lineage of U.S. reproductive health infrastructure. The Brownsville Clinic also shifted public discourse on sexuality, women's autonomy, and public health. The clinic's existence asserted that contraceptive knowledge was not improper or immoral, but a matter of practical health and family welfare. Its prominence challenged prevailing norms that restricted public discussion of sex, reproduction, and contraception. In the broader social reform context of the Progressive Era, the clinic aligned with movements for women's rights, public health, and social justice. The idea that women could delay or space births contributed to women's greater economic and social participation. The first clinic's opening also exposed tensions in social reform. It drew criticism from moralists, religious groups, and physicians opposed to contraception. The arrests and legal backlash revealed how entrenched cultural, legal, and medical resistance impeded reproductive innovation. But the very controversy became a tool. The publicity and public debate around Sanger's prosecution mobilized support from middle-class women, philanthropists, and legal reformers. The visibility of the Brownsville experiment converted a marginalized advocacy into a national reform movement. Even though the first clinic survived only days or weeks, its legacy endured. The Brownsville Clinic's model, information plus medical supervision, became standard for later clinics. The legal arguments first tested in its trial influenced court decisions over decades. Its founding closed the gap between underground contraceptive knowledge and formal health institutions. Its public challenge to laws stimulated activism, legal strategies, and institutional forms that shaped U.S. reproductive rights for the 20th century. The 1916 opening therefore occupies a pivotal place in American history of law, public health, women's rights, and medical practice. For enthusiasts of historical ephemera, visit history-collectors.com to find collectibles that might complement your collection. You can own a piece of history.